All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. It is 11:30 Pacific. It is 2:30 Eastern time, and we are back. And I've had a busy couple hours there in between the break, and we'll talk about that shortly. Let's see here. Where are we at on the triple Qs here? Going up, triple Qs on the 3-minute. Looks like that's flattening back out again. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about what happened, and we'll go from there. Again, when we had the stream this morning, we were talking about be very careful. I thought during lunchtime that the markets would pull back a little bit. Wasn't sure. I was down quite a bit. At the most today, I was down, I believe, 4,000. I was down 4,000. And now I'm up 57.23 with a pullback, mainly the Nasdaq. Again, I placed my bets on the Nasdaq, and it was right. So what I did, and I'll show you what I did here. Show you what I still got. Let's see here. Can I do this? All right. Disclosure time. Okay, so I played some options. And by playing some options, it turned out quite profitably for me. So I started off and I bought 500 more S triple Qs at $13,995. And so I had 1,500 total of the S triple Qs. This is my margin account. This shows you what I currently have invested. It doesn't show my balances, what my full balance is. I'm hiding that. But this shows you the holdings I still have. So I still have 50 call options for Ford for $14. I still have 4,000 shares of SH, which is an S&P 500 short. I have 150 call options at $15 for April 16th. Those are up today, $225. But what I did was I bought 500 more S triple Qs, and that brought me up to a total of I ended up having 1,500 of those. Okay, and then my cost basis, I think it jumped up from 1365 to 1377. So ended up selling those all at 1431 and made about 900 bucks there. The bigger one that I did was I bought 150 call options, and let me scroll this out a little bit here so you see what I did. So when the market turned and it started to turn in my favor, in other words, with me being short to market, I left my $15 calls alone. I bought in the money calls, in the money 4/16/2021 S triple Qs, which is short the Nasdaq, for $13 at $1.40, and then I sold them, and I was in them for 29 minutes. So I was in that trade for 29 minutes, and in that 29 minutes of the trade, 1.76 minus 1.4 is 36 cents. So we had a 36 cent difference there. And just like my AMC, I remember my AMC from last Friday. I didn't sell it. I didn't take all my profit. And so I was down like $4,000 before I did this. Earlier today, I was like, okay, came back. I was $2,000 down. All right, slipped again down to 3,500 down, whatever the case is. All right. So we had, again, 0.76 minus 0.4. So 36 cent change per share. So 150 call options is what? 15,000 shares. Okay, so I take that profit and I multiply by 15,000, and in 29 minutes, I cleared $5,400 of profit for the day. Basically made my week too. I think overall in the week I might be up maybe 7,000, something like that. Pays my bills for another couple months, right? So part of what I did by selling those, I sold all my shares at a profit for like $900. So I no longer own any SQQs. I do own some SH. So let me show you this, and I'll show you my actual profit and loss. So my total profit and loss, I'm still down 3,800. I'm down on my forward calls, 1,600. I'm down on my short of the S&P, $700. I'm down on my $15 call options, 1,400, and a couple of USO leaps out to January of 2022. So what that did for me today is it basically completely wiped out any losses I had. Even if you add up my losses of 3,800, and I made 6,500 or so today. Is that what it is? What's am I up today? 54.99. So I'm up $5,354 today. So what that did for me is, if you remember the other day, I said I transferred 5,000 and I bought some Ethereum, and then so I made all that back already, one trade in 29 minutes. This is why I do options, and I just felt something that when I looked at the S&P and I looked at the Nasdaq. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. And I looked at my short position. I looked at the SQQs, and I said, "Yeah, this isn't right." I looked at the dollar, and I said, and I was kicking myself earlier because I looked at the dollar and I said, "Okay, the dollar's down. They lied about inflation. The 10-year is up and the 30-year is up, but the dollar is down. Why is the market going this way? Why is the S&P 500 and the Dow hitting 52-week highs?" It didn't make sense. And so I basically took the risk, and I said, all right, I'm gonna do a little YOLO trade, and I'm gonna double down on my short. And by doubling down on my short, I didn't buy more of the $15 calls. I bought the SQQs at $14 in the money, basically, or around the money, and 150 of those, and bought them at $1.40 and sold them at $1.76. So a 36 cent move, and boom, 29 minutes netted me over $5,000 of profit I took in there. And then since then, and then I was looking, okay, should I reverse and buy the SQQs? Well, it already come back. So I basically sold at this point. Here, let me pull up on the other one. When the SQQ was going down, I basically sold right around here. It did not issue me a sell signal, but I didn't care. I knew it was starting to converge. I saw the tip, and I said, boom, press the button, take your profit, and go. So I took my profit and basically booked that profit into my account because it was just the right trade. It was just the right trade. I left a little bit of money on the table too. I did not sell at the absolute top. I bought almost at the bottom of the SQQ today though. So that one, I nailed the bottom of it. I didn't quite nail the top. It topped out, and I was like, oh, I'm up this amount. Well, let's see what's going to do. Okay, it's starting to go. Okay, the S&P's starting to come back. Nasdaq's starting to come back. And the Nasdaq was down like 80 points when I sold to close those call positions. So I went bullish on a short because I'm short the market since last week. Dow's up 175, Nasdaq is down 49, S&P is up 22, and you can see even my $15 calls are up $220 today. I'm still down $1,500, but who cares because I just made $5,000 on it. So that's just kind of what I did today while y'all were gone. And again, now the 1,500 that I sold on the call options, I sold those at 176, and then there were like 14 of them I couldn't get sold, and I had to drop it down to 171, Those canceled, and then I couldn't get filled on 171, couldn't get filled on 170. I said screw it. So I went over on the SI, did 168, and then it filled the final 14 call options. So those closed at a little bit less profit, but again, the bulk of those, the bulk of those calls basically sold at $1.76 or so. So yeah, so that happened. So 150 call options, sold 136 at 176, sold 14 at 169, and I'm just lowering my price as it goes, and I let it sit to see if it was going to come back, the remaining 14, and it didn't, and I got out. And now those, so those right now, if we go into the SQQs and look at those, and we look at those options for what I did today, there we go. Like my screen just froze. Those $13 call options, they're back up to 170. I sold the last 14 at $1.68. So the big win is I bought 150 call options, so about call it 20 grand or so, at $1.40 in the money call options at 13, and then I sold them 29 minutes later at $1.76 for the majority of them, and that cleared me over 5,000 or so on the day, being up. So I'm up like total. I'm up like 5,400 because my other accounts, with a couple of things I got going on there. So that's kind of what we did. And again, options can be very dangerous. And it was a trade that when I looked at it, everything worked in my favor on that one. Absolutely, everything worked 100% in my favor. It made the turn. I bought it here, so I bought more. I bought 500 more shares of the SQQs, 1391 or so, something like that. And then I bought the options, and it just ran. And it just ran, and it ran. Look at that. The damn thing ran 3.3%, but the option really ran. I made like 27% on my money in 29 minutes. So options are dangerous. Don't do what I do. This is not financial or tax advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but you can see the time frame I did that. I did that during the break here, and I'll show you the times on here. So let's make this bigger. Let's go into detail order screen, and you can see everything I did today. 326. Okay, so this is all the ones I did today, and I apologize if that's a little hard to read, but okay, so I bought 500 more SQQs at $14. Okay, I had 1,000 already, and then I sold all of them, all 1,500, at $14.31. So my initial cost basis on my 1,000 was at $13.65. So at $13.65, so $14.31 minus 13.65 is 66 cents. Times 1,000 is, I made 660 bucks on that. My other 500 was, I made 155 bucks on. So I made 155 bucks on the additional 500 when I sold that, plus the already 1,000 I bought at 13.65 and sold at 14.31. Now it's starting to turn back down again. So Nasdaq's coming back down to 62. There we go. So I got out of these at 176. I'm glad I did. I booked the money. Now it's heading back again. So then the call options, I bought to open 150 contracts, which is to control 15,000 shares, and that was at $1.40 a share. So you take 15,000 times $1.40. So I put in 21,000 even, so $21,000. I bought on those call options. 29 minutes later, minus 140, 36 cents. I walked away 29 minutes later with a $5,400 profit. So that's a scalp. It's a big scalp. It's a $21,000 scalp that I made, $5,400 on. So $5,400 divided into 21,000. I made in 29 minutes, I made 26%. That was work. I wish I was live when I did it. So I saw what was happening over here. I saw what was happening with the S&P. It was vacillating here, and it was vacillating. Let me show you what I was looking at, because I made this decision in probably 2 minutes, probably less, as I'm looking at it. Because originally I said, okay, it looks good. It's consolidating. It's bottoming out on the VIX, and the SQQs was bottoming out. I said, all right, let me buy 500 more shares. And I said, why am I buying shares? If I'm right, it could run. And I didn't think it was going to run like it did. I thought maybe I could get back up to, this range, 1407, 1410, take a quick $1,000 gain and walk away, or $500 gain or whatever, and walk away. It didn't. It ran big time. And because the SQQs, these are shorts. Again, I am shorting the Nasdaq 100 is what I'm shorting. So what I saw was happening was I looked at the Nasdaq composite, and I saw it doing this, and you have 14,175, but it was hitting resistance each time, and it came up when this resistance met this one over here, and it bounced below this one, came back down, came back up, settled a little lower. I said, okay, this is a nice setup. It's a very nice setup for what I want to do. And so right there at that point, that's showing 10:30. What time did I enter that trade at? 12:52. So that's going to be 12:52 Eastern. 9:52, right around 9:52 or so, or whenever it was. But the setup looked fantastic. I did not expect this. I did not expect this huge drop in the Nasdaq. That I was not expecting. Even the S&P is still up 14.4 points. It didn't drop as much. The Dow is up 109 on the day. But there's a reason I'm short the Nasdaq. I'm short the S&P right now too, but I'm also short the Nasdaq. Look at that. Broke through that line I drew. I drew this line yesterday, right? I drew this line yesterday, this vertical, and I said if it drops through that line, look out below, and sure enough, and it says, there might be more downside, and there it goes. And now I'm mad at myself. I should have kept them. 179. I should have kept them. So what does that mean for me? That means my other ones are running, and I'm now up over $1,000 on those. So my calls, I'm still down 700 on my April 16th, but I'm right. I should have held them. I screwed up. No, I didn't. I took $5,000 off the table. I took $5,000 and I took the market short. Got lucky. 150 call options on the SQQs at $1.40. Sold them all at 176 with the exception of 14 at 168. Now it's coming back, and I missed 4 cents. 4 cents a contract times 15,000. So I left $600 on the table if I buy it right now, and I don't think it's done. But I'm already comfortable. I've got these other SQQs. But let's take a look here. Let me see. Let's go. Might go another round. I'm going to move this down. I'm going to move it down so I'm not squinting. We'll leave this up while it goes. And if I take this trade again, I'll let you know. But, man, it's running. Look at that thing go. Holy crap. And what we're looking at this one right here, 1440. We're looking at this one right here. So now we've got a break above, right? Pulled back a little bit, right here, 1423, right here, support. Now it's going to look for new resistance, 1457 or so. So now I might go back in. I'm going to look at these again. And I'm going to go a little bit more expensive. I'm going to look at the one. If I look at the $14 ones, hold on here. Come on. All right, that looks pretty good. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it just jumped big time. So it's going flat a little bit here. It wants to, doesn't it? It wants to go here. All right, let's go 50. I'm gonna go 50. 50 at the mid, buy to open, 50 calls at a 14 on the April 16th. Okay. See if I get filled. And I'm filled, and I'm in. Okay, so what I just did, and I'll show you, and we can watch this. Okay, pure momentum play here. So now what I just did was, I just bought 50 call options, and I'm down 157 bucks. At the $14 at $1.27, $1.27, right there. And we'll see what happens with these. And I'm going to close. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Cost per share. Okay. So now I'm going to pull this back down. And it's only back to my watch screen. Okay. And now it's pulling back. Of course it is. Why would it go up? Because I just bought the damn thing, right? All right, so Nasdaq down 54, S&P up 19, and the Dow is up 145. My other ones, my $15 calls are up on the day, like 300 bucks. And let's take a look at, I'm kind of watching this one here. Look at AMC. I picked the wrong one. It's going to break through. Okay. All right. So now we're taking a look here. AMC, it got slammed during the break as well. So it's down 61 cents down to 1033. GameStop at 175 as we approach power hour. So what we have going on here today is we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 181. So up about 0.5%. We have the S&P is up 24.7. So a nice day for them as well. And we have the Nasdaq Composite down 29 now. So it's down 29. Looks like the S&P is going to flatten just a little hair here. Where are we at here? Okay, and I'm going to look at the 65. Okay, so yeah, so I did good getting out that 176. Yeah, the same ones I had owned earlier at 13 are at 165 now. The $13 calls are at 165, and I exited at 176. Okay, now the S&P is turning just a little bit, but the Nasdaq just popped. Now, while it was 26, it pulled back just a little bit, but had a good sized pop there. Still operating on a sell on the 3-minute on the Nasdaq, but GameStop. You know, looking at the S&P 500, you've got Microsoft up, you've got the banks and the regionals up. Tesla down 5.4%. That's big. Again, they were having trouble. They were 607, 608. Let's see here. Oops. Scroll back up. Where you at, Tesla? 607. Yeah, 608, 607. It's bouncing between the two. I think that bid and ask is like a dollar spread. It's crazy on that one. But they're coming back. Looks like they might close above 600. You know, AMC 1033 had a nice run today. Got all the way up to 1153. So if you take, let's see here. Did I? No, we're good. Right? Yeah. Okay. So if we take where they were at, they're at 1031 now. Right into their high in the day, 1153. Somebody bought that thing and is down 11% on it. So there you go. All right, GameStop 176. It couldn't hold either, so 176 divided into where we at here. It got up to 218.93. So GameStop is 20% off of its high. It's down 3%, 3% on the day. So it had a huge, you know, good size sell off from that 219 level all the way back down to 176. So you know, again, we talked this morning about all those options. They're $5 spreads on the options on GameStop. They are 50-cent spreads on the options on AMC. And so AMC, you know, they could get around. The problem is you've got sellers volume exceeding the buyers volume, and when the buyers do come back in, they're not exceeding the sellers. So everything they're doing is getting batted right back down, which is why you have this trend line traveling south here for them. So there you go. S&P is deciding what it wants to do. So is the Nasdaq. Nasdaq now might turn around and turn green on the day. So I just gave back $800 to the market. So I bought 50 call contracts. I'm glad I didn't buy 150. I'm glad I pared that back. 50 call contracts for the SQQQ, so the short, at $14. So I bought in the money call options, 50 more. Where you at? Of the SQQQs at $14. I still own 150 contracts for $15. Both of them are expirations of April 16th. As we have the S&P going back up, and it looks like 39.37, 39.44. You're making new highs here. So we're new highs here on the S&P. I did kind of call this one though yesterday. Yeah, I drew this line yesterday. Let's go to 10 minutes. And I said, okay, so I drew this yesterday morning right about, you know, within the first 20 minutes of the day. So within the first 20 minutes, I basically drew this line. This is the Nasdaq. and I drew it and I said, okay, so it looks like we've got support here. If it breaks that support, and it did, it went back down. Now it's coming right back up to it. So now we've got decision time again. Huge candle up on the 10-minute side. So now we're looking to look what it's coming right up to again. It looks like my line is ascending a little bit. That probably shouldn't be. But again, the timeline that I drew it at, it'll look a little flatter. So I didn't nail it perfectly. But look where it's coming up to. My line that I drew yesterday morning at 6:30 in the morning is right equal to the 180 period average of where we're at right now on the Nasdaq. So that was basically my setup for that trade earlier, where I bought at $1.41 and sold it at 176, and now those are down to 157. So 157, so profit I protected minus 1.76 times 15,000 shares. So I protected about $2,850 of profit by selling those SQQQ calls that I held for a total of 29 minutes. But I'm down $1,000 right now on the 14 one I did on the 50 calls. So I'm glad it wasn't 150 calls. I'd be down freaking $3,000. I'd barely be up on the day. So still up on the day, still a really good day for me. I hope you're doing well too. Nasdaq is company leg again. It's trying to get back up to this level. It's above. It's above its 50 period average. 30-second chart though. Sorry, it's irrelevant. You got convergence of all three here, so this could be very interesting. When I get quiet, I'm thinking. All right. Okay. All right. So we'll watch this for a little bit. So again, if there's going to be any battle today, GameStop's trying to come back now. A little bit of an upward trend. On its 3-minute chart, it's on. It's currently on a sell, but it's consolidating. And that's because the S&P and the Nasdaq just put on the brakes a little bit. What do I do with my phone? Oh, here it is. So again, you got $5 option separation on GameStop. You have 50-cent options differences between the options on AMC. So 50-cent options on the AMC, $5 option spreads on GameStop. Might be a problem for $10 here. I don't think there's going to be enough based on what happened last Friday. Now, last Friday was different. We had quadruple witching, right? So last Friday was different with quadruple witching. You had everything basically expiring on the monthlies. So now these are just weekly expirations that we have here now. You know what? Oh, I know. That's where it should be at. Must have bumped it. Gotta see my little light. That's my good luck salt lamp. It's a salt lamp that basically has oil that you pour in the top of it, and you pour that in the top, and it heats up, and it's basically like aromatherapy, and it's an orange light, and that looks cool in a video. Hey, if you guys got any questions on any stocks or anything, feel free to post it in a chat box, and I'll be happy to take a quick look at it. If it's something I'm familiar with, I'll let you know. If it's not, then I'll let you know too. So Palantir, I took a chance on that one the other day, made a couple $100 on it, or did I lose? I forget if I lost or gained on that one because it's gone. Rocket is up 26 cents. Tesla down 30 cents, but up to 610, so it bounced off its bottom. So still consolidating here. You know, small dip on the S&P. It's trying to find a level. The VIX is settling in at 20.3. Your metals today, gold is up $4. Palladium is up $57, 2,600. 1177, so a little bit below that $1,200 level on platinum, but it's up 30 bucks. And silver down 12 cents. To kind of do this, I screwed up and I got an email this morning. I let my motorcycle insurance. I guess it expired yesterday, so I went in there and boop. But my premium went down $6 for the year, so it went from a full year coverage for $249 last year. This year is $243. So look at that. So again, we'll review this, what I did today, and I'll show you this where we're at. Let me hide this one, and then I'll squinch this and pull this up, show you what we did. So again, we've got before I do that, hold on a second, let me pull up the SQs. All right, broke through 14. What's this level right here? So we are right there. Yeah, S&P is deciding what to do. Okay, so here's what we did. I'll show you my buys and sells for the day. And I think if we go back to, there we go. All right, so earlier this morning I bought, and the SQQQ is at 1411 right now. I had 1,000 shares already of the SQQQ, so I was short the Nasdaq 100. The SQQQ is shorting the Nasdaq 100. My expectation is bearish, that the index is going to pull back. Okay, and I did that. I originally bought those the last Wednesday before the FOMC meeting. Okay, that's when I bought those. All right, so then I bought 500 more at 14. I sold all 1,500 at 1431. So I'm at 1409 now. So I held those. I held 1,000 shares for a week and 2 days. I held 500 shares for a couple hours, 3 hours. Okay, the SQQQs. Okay, I bought 150 of those at $1.40. And about an hour and a half, yeah, it was at 1:29 minutes. So about an hour and a half later, I sold them at $1.76. So those made me about 500 grand. And then I got all except 14 shares sold at 176. I tried at 171 for the last 14. I adjusted my order. It wouldn't sell. I tried at $1.70, and my own little 14 calls drove that bid down a penny. I was like, you son of a guns. So I just went over and I just did, okay, dump them at $1.68. So those $13 calls are now at $1.59 midpoint right here. They're at $1.59 midpoint right here. Then I said, okay, I like the setup. Let's look at it again on a day trade. So just today only, I bought 50 more call options at $1.27 at the $14 level. Okay, at $1.07, or I'm sorry, $1.27, and then I got clobbered, and then they went down as the S&P ran, or I'm sorry, as the Nasdaq ran. So those I'm down 957 on, and then my $15 calls dropped for a loss on the day right now. So this is only day P&L. So day P&L shows 2,200. So all together, I'm up in this account on the day with selling this SQQQs at a full profit and selling those 150 calls at a nice profit. That was almost $6,000 of profit, and I've got like 3,500 in loss right now. So that's up almost. I'm up almost $3 grand on those altogether. So, but the day's not over yet. We still have a good. We're in the power hour now. Let me pull this one back down. And so nice play on the SQQQ shorts for the run down on the on this one. So I caught this one right here, ran all the way up, pulled back, sold it, bought some more right about here, and or no, right about here. I thought it would hold this level, and it didn't, and I was wrong on the candle. And it did cross like right after that too. So I bought it going up, thinking, okay, it's going to hold, and the convergence, the MACD, should have told me I should not have done that. Face plant. So you live and learn, but still a very, very, very nice profitable day going on right now for me. So definitely happy. You had a really good week this week. I hope you all did too. So AMC 1023, again, it's down 71 cents now. Pulled back quite a bit. 1023 divided into what a top out, 1153 on the day. Yeah, it's had a pullback of 11%. Gamestop is at 172.25. 172.25. It's recovered a little bit. 218.93 divided into 218.93 minus 1. It's 21% off of its high of the day, but it's only down 5.8%. So it was positive on the day, big time, like 15% almost. Yeah, right at 15%. Now it's down 5%. But again, the options on Game Chat. The options on Game Chat are actually in $5 increments. So you have $5 increments on GameStop, and you have 50-cent increments on AMC. And you'll have to forgive me as I look at the SQQQs here. I was stupid, man. I shouldn't have bought those 50 right here, thinking it was going to turn again. That was a dumb move. Still up on the day though, so that'll work. Hey, if you guys got questions on something or you want me to look at something, let me know. So I'm still mega short the market. I'm short the Nasdaq, and I'm short the S&P 500 right now. So Wednesday was great. Thursday, not so much, but today definitely made up for it. And I was down about 4,000 this morning, and then I turned that around and I had like a $8,000 swing to my side when these things turned. I think it was around 8, maybe it was 7, whatever the turn was. And I'm still up pretty good on the day. So that's pretty good. So as the Nasdaq heads up, where we at? Here we go. Trying to turn green for the day. So still have 45, 46%, 48, 47 minutes left before market close. And it looks like my Nasdaq is coming right up to this line I drew yesterday morning as a resistance support line. I drew this as a support line. So when you're looking at this, here's what I did. I drew it as a support line yesterday morning, right here. And I said, okay, let's see what happens. And that was based on all this over here, and all this over here, and over here. I said that's an area of concentration. I said, let's see what happens. It broke through there, and I took advantage of it on the rundown. Now it's coming back up again. So we'll see on a 3-minute what happens here if it turns into a green day. And it's going to, it looks like. Definitely going to. By the way, they revised the GDP, and they what was it? Like a 13% difference in GDP. They revised what they had released before. Now down 4. Nvidia 504. Microsoft up 1. What is going on here? All this extra stuff open. Oh, that's why. What was that thing? Check the S&P 500. Just sold all those things. All right, let's see here. Any other news on the day? Suez Canal ramps up efforts to end the blockage. U.S. watching the energy market impact. Again, you've got ExxonMobil and Chevron both up really nicely. About almost 2% on ExxonMobil, about 1.46% on Chevron, and that is based on light crude going up almost 3%, up $2.32 a barrel on the day. So definitely a nice little recovery there on those, which also meant US oil. Whoops, where you at? US oil is back up to 41.55. I should have bought some more yesterday. I was thinking of it yesterday, and I was looking at the level right here, 39 or something like that. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. The trades that we don't end up making, and then in hindsight, you say, "Oh, you would have been right," or wrong. Goes both ways. Let's see. Supreme Court weighs taking up major gun rights case. Okay. U.S. voting tech community sues Fox News. Okay. Wall Street mostly rallies. Okay, that we know that already. So again, S&P is up 29. Dow is now up 200. And again, Dow is knocking on that 52-week door again, right? Setting new records here. Let's see. And let me close this one. It's another update. Same stuff. Okay. So you got 33,227 is the high, and our high today 32,681. So definitely knocking on the door on the Dow, and that's going to be led by your banks. It's going to be led by your banks, your regional banks, your energy sector is all on the green. Again, it's just very selective. Top 100 Nasdaq companies are the only ones that are down on the day, and some of them are going to turn. I bet Amazon, Google. Let's see Amazon. Let's see where they're at. They probably turned green already on the day. Boy, is this thing lagging. Nope, down 29. Tesla 610. All your chip makers are up. Your NVIDIAs, your AMDs, those are all up nicely. You can watch AMC for a little bit here. 1026. Nasdaq is now positive on the day, up 21 cents. S&P is up 28 points. Not cents. So 1.692 points on the Nasdaq. S&P is up 29 points. Dow Jones is up 200 points. As the VIX pulls back. I want to see if there's any other news here. I'll talk about the filibuster stuff. Could be blocked for weeks. That Suez Canal one is big. You've got to basically make a channel. Crazy. How many ships now? 5 U.S. troops killed in a helicopter crash off the coast of Egypt. So now the maritime traffic jam grew to more than 200 vessels outside the Suez Canal, and some vessels began changing course as dredgers worked frantically to free a giant container ship that is stuck sideways in the waterway and disrupting global shipping. One salvage expert said freeing the cargo ship, the Ever Given, could take up to a week in the best case scenario, and warned of possible structural problems on the vessel as it remains wedged. build a wall on both sides and raise it up. It welcomed international offers to help free the vessel, including one from the United States, although it did not say what kind of assistance was offered. The Ever Given, owned by Japanese firm Shoshi Kaisen KK, got wedged Tuesday in a single-lane stretch of the canal about 3.7 miles north of the southern entrance, near the city of Suez. The vessel remained grounded Friday morning, and S&P's jumping now. So's the Nasdaq. Let's see here. Nasdaq, where you at, Nasdaq? Up 16 points now on the Nasdaq. S&P is now up 32. Dow was up 226. Since we're mostly techie, let's look at that. In addition to the over 200 vessels waiting near the canal, more than 100 ships were en route to the waterway. Others are also being diverted. The liquid natural gas carrier Pan America has changed course in the mid-Atlantic, now aiming south to go around the southern tip of Africa. So instead of cutting through the Suez Canal, they're going to go all the way down the southern tip of Africa to turn back and go north again. Crazy. 10% of the world trade flows through the canal. Huh. Let's see here. Now up 20 on the Nasdaq, and it breached that line again. So now we could head back up here. Where's triple Q's at? That's triple Q's are at 14. Dare I do it again? Let's see. Ethereum, nice jump today off of the bottom yesterday. Again, I picked up some more Ethereum, about 1.56 Ethereum yesterday, about $2,500 at 1588.1. 1588.1 divided into 1660, so that's up about 4%. It's a nice jump for me. All right, so AMC 1028, GameStop 175. What we're looking at there. The VIX is stalled and the S&P is just stalled. So Nasdaq up 20. It's jumping back up. Your techs. Tesla still down to 611. And I think, let's see here. Let's see what Tesla strikes are at for today. Weeklies, $10 strike differences on Tesla. So AMC has 50-cent options, GameStop has $5 options, Tesla $10 options. So for Tesla, 610, 600, 620. Looks like battle shaping up for 610. I thought it was gonna be like 650 this morning, but pulled back. S&P starting to turn back south just a hair, with 36 minutes left until the market closes. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that follow button. If you're over on YouTube, hit the subscribe. That's the same as a follow on Twitch. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer them. Again, just live commentaries for education and entertainment purposes. Do not do or follow any of the trades that I do, as you will lose 100% of your money. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I licensed with any financial entity to give advice, so I do not give financial or tax advice. I'm not a financial licensed advisor. Seek a professional for any advice regarding any trades that you potentially may make in any market, or anything that I talk about. It's strictly entertainment that I do. As long as I'm here, I might as well talk to you guys while I'm on the computer losing money. Or making both. We already talked about NEO. Some interesting things on there. NEO had halted their production line 100%. Why is this not alphabetized? I'm looking for stuff. Come here. Holy cow, dude. It's definitely Friday. What the heck is going on here? Thank you. And NEO's down like 7.8%. So they halted production because of the chip shortage. You still have Ford that halted some shifts, and you have GM and Ford are both now shipping vehicles. I 100% I'm sure on GM, not 100% sure on Ford. I thought I heard that too though. But GM, their V8 trucks are shipping without fuel management modules. So you will not be getting the fuel mileage as stated on the sticker if you go out and buy a new GM V8 truck, because they don't have the modules. They can't get the chips. Can't get the chips. So all your EVs, most of your EVs are all down on the day, and that's based on if one manufacturer is going to be short chips, the other ones are going to be short chips, and I just don't like that sector right now. I did do some scalping on them earlier this year. Okay, so AMC 1028, Cinemark 2032, and again, I got out of my AMC at 1122 earlier this week. Palantir 2226, Rocket up 57 cents. Tesla, Rocket on a nice bounce, super nice bounce. It's a 4% bounce in an hour and a half. 4%. Boom. Pop goes the weasel. Let's look at the yields. 10-year yield up a little bit today to 1.66%, and the 30-year yield up today up to 2.37. But again, we're not back in the 2401, which was the earlier today. So I pulled back. Dow Jones Industrial Average currently up 208 points now. Nasdaq continuing its gains off of its bottom today, up 24 points. And the S&P is up 31 with a half hour left to go. So let's see if we can hold these over the weekend. The only thing I can think about for the weekend is that if people do have some profits today, are they going to want to take them in the last half hour to close out the day? That doesn't appear to be the case, but I didn't see any reason for the last run that we had either. So going down $4, 242. I did not scalp that one today at all. My wrist still hurts from painting for 2 days straight. And a lot of mouse work today. Ford down 11 cents. Intel up to 12. Yeah, AMC, I mean, it got down to 1001 today, and it hit that 1001 about the midway point. So 1015, 115 or so on the East Coast is when it hit its low point of the day. Bounced back up all the way to 1046, not once but twice, and then dropped down to 1016. Now it's back up to 1031. So definitely interesting to see where they're going to go today. I'd be surprised if they did, if it, you know, unless we have another turn, which it looks like the S&P and everything else wants to stay north on the day, which is good overall. For those of you with all those index funds. Let's see here. Wrong date. Why are those so cheap? All right, AMC up. S&P just new 52-week highs here. Look at this. Crazy. Y'all are crazy buying into this stuff. New 52-week high, or new all-time high, 39.45. $39.45 on them. The Dow, 32,850. Not quite off of up to its high, but getting there. And the Nasdaq 100, or Nasdaq Composite, sorry. Nasdaq Composite still has about 1,000 before it hits its high again. There you go. AMD is up. MC. A 30-second chart on them. There we go. And let's see where they end up going today. Nice little run up here. All right, let's see here. Okay. Okay. AMC. VIX down to 19.5. S&P new world record 39.4670. Look at that. You know, the only ones that are down, you got a couple, Apple down a little bit, Google, Disney, Comcast, Charter down a little bit, Netflix down just a little bit, Facebook up, Amazon down, Tesla down 4.3. So Tesla bounced back. It was at 610 the last time we looked at it. Now 613, still down $26 on the day, but they're looking for a good close there for them. And again, they trade their options on the $10. So $10 on Tesla, $5 on GameStop, 50 cents every 50 cents on AMC. And again, GameStop. So if you're looking at the $5, you're looking at the people that have 175 or hoping for 180 here at this point in the day. You got 26 minutes left before the market closes. Up 52 now on the Nasdaq. Broke back through that support line from yesterday morning. That it went down. Again, made some money here, and then giving a little bit back, going up. Nokia. Nokia long term. I think we talked about this one, I want to say a couple of weeks ago or so. So let's look at the daily chart. And that is on auto. Hold on. 30 minutes. Let's try that. There we go. A little bit better. All right. So outside of what happened back in January, all of this stuff right up to that 979, it's been range bound a little bit, but it's come back off of some good support levels here. So bouncing off of these 390 levels, which is where it was at earlier this week, and really last week and couple weeks before that, you can say, okay, this one anomaly, the rest of the market. You say, okay, you have good support, 380, 390. It's at 404. Looks like it comes up to its resistance line here on the 200, and the white is the 180 period average, and the green is the 50 period. So this is 50 30-minute candles. This is 200. The red is 200 30-minute candles. The white is 180 30-minute candles. Again, it bounced up to the 180 and then clobbered back down a little bit and then bounced back up today. So still up basically 6 cents on the day. I think long term, I think they're going to be fine. I don't see they're going to do some things. They had a huge earnings miss, and lost 55 cents instead of gaining 13. So not good news there. They're estimated to put in a penny in April 29th. So you got about another month before they come out and does earnings. I guess the main thing with them is that, and I think I vaguely remember talking about this one before, is that if you have a gain in it, maybe take the gain. If you have a loss in it, could you recoup that loss quicker than you can make a gain in something else, right? So that's the question. S&P turning just a little here. Hold on. Nasdaq sell 53, Nasdaq up 53 points, S&P up 37, Dow up 237, starting to settle down a little bit. So probably people taking profits. All right, so back to Nokia. So I think that when you look at everything that they're doing, they pretty much got a sell rating on it. 1 week 0.13, last 3 months it's made 3.75%, which is great. That's fantastic if you own the last 3 months. The 1 year is up 33%. So I think that if they can get a hold of what they're doing, let's see here. There was something else that came out earlier, I thought, this week. Key partners with Circle Fiber to deliver 10 gigabit broadband services to Southeast Missouri. Okay. So we're going to go rural. Signs deal with United Group. When you look at things, and the whole thing for them is going to be 5G, right? They're a good company. They're pretty well managed. They've had some problems, the whole phone thing. First 5G standalone is from 21st, so over the weekend, last weekend. Here we go. March 18th. All right. Nokia sees pickup in margins as turnaround takes shape. Nokia had lowered its margin guidance for 2020. Firm expects to grow faster than the market in 2023. So again, long term, you're looking at a couple of years. Aims to cut 10,000 jobs in the next 2 years. That could be positive on a stock sometimes. So that will improve their margins, profit margins, to 10 to 13% in 2023. Because they've lost out on the 5G stuff with Huawei and Ericsson. Let's see here. New CEO since last August introduced a new operating model with 4 business groups and plans to cut S&P heading north again. Plans to cut the workforce by 10,000 jobs in the next 2 years from about 90,000 employees. He's reduced his leadership team to 11 from 17. He wants to decentralize decision making, so he's going to basically take in the reins. So I mean, I think longer term it looks, you'll probably be okay as 5G takes shape over the next the next 5 years or so. You'll be fine. It's just a longer term of a play. The problem is, let's say if you added more shares right now at 404 and the market tanks some more, or if it tanks at all, if ever again, right? Or we print money around here, it could have a substantial move to the downside. 375, 294 is a 52-week range, but that was way. Yeah, you're talking about last fall. So your next stop down, 390. So that's only about 3%, and then add another 3% if it goes down to 375. So I just don't follow them that close. So I don't know, other than if they're signing new contracts, if they're long-term contracts, if they're just doing something in, one little small southeast Missouri town and say, oh, we're going to get these guys fiber. Oh, how many people are in the town? 852 Missourians. Okay, 852 Missourians does not make a major news story for Nokia. So they're battling out Huawei and Ericsson, and if they keep doing that, and Ericsson and Huawei get the gains on the 5G, and they can't re-enter those battles and win some contracts, it's not going to be some small town in Missouri that's going to turn the stock from $4 back up to $8, right? Or $9.79 like it hit in January, whatever it hit in January. It's a longer term play. I still think it's a longer term play, and I think that you got to be comfortable owning it for a couple of years. And as long as you're good through 2023, 2024, long term retirement account, set it and forget it. If you've got some profits, will there be something that will, you have to look at what are catalysts. What's the catalyst for good news? Well, the catalyst for good news for Nokia is they sign more contracts, right? They sign more contracts for longer term stuff. So if they can do that, they'll be okay. I don't own any. I didn't buy any in the last run up at all, nor did I short it. So either way, but I've always liked the company though. So I've always liked the company. It's just been very iffy on what their long-term prospects are, at least in the near term. You got to give it. They're going to be a few years away, and they're going to participate in any market downturn, Europe or something like that. If COVID reemerges to the levels of where it was at before, and they go into additional lockdowns, which it looks like they're not going to, because the vaccines are getting out there more as we get closer to herd immunity, hopefully over the summertime. Wow, a year and a half for a freaking pandemic. Unbelievable. But quickest vaccine ever. Well, not maybe ever, but quickest vaccine on something like this for an epidemic. You could see some stuff there. All right. Okay, AMC is 1023. bounced off of its, whoops, 3 minute, sorry. Hugging its 50 period average line. Gamestop 177. Can it make a run for 180? Not with this volume, but again, we got surprised before and it closed at 200 last week, where AMC closed, 14. So that could happen. Tesla now 613, looking pretty good. And again, everything in the S&P definitely bright. Tesla's only down 4%, only down 4% now. Well, remember, it was at 599 is where it was at earlier this morning, or about an hour or so ago. When the bottom fell out, and then we bounced right back up to a huge upside day. Huge upside day. All right, let me take a look at something here. Let me get this one back. Oh, you're welcome, Knight. Anytime, man. All right, AMC, GameStop. I do want to look at. Let me get into this on my iPad here. Somebody's really upset on Wall Street Bets Elite on GameStop. Have virtually identical movement over the same timeline. Market manipulation. Occasionally further proof that you should buy and hold as much as you can. For AMC and I don't know, he says their charts look the same. I'm not seeing that their charts look the same. But is it manipulated? Yeah, absolutely it is, in my opinion. Is there anything we can do about it? Nope. We're just players in a pond. Players in a pond. All right, so nice upswing on all three averages. Dow now up 258, Nasdaq up 68, and the S&P up 40. What was that last one? Let's see here. Come on. Volatility. Palantir. Nice move back. Pull back a little bit. Nice jump. Still down 17 cents on the day, though. All right, so I want to pull into, let me get into stocks. And we go into market depth, AMC. Social buzz, selling momentum picks up in meme stocks. Really? Yep. So, still might have a sell side imbalance based on the manipulation. But remember last week we had, what was it? I forget what it was. Wait, I can look. Hold on. Come on. Last Friday we had a $3.4 million share side imbalance on AMC. That was last week. So we'll get that in 2 minutes. As just a huge day for all three averages. S&P now up 42, Nasdaq up 76. Big turnaround off of its dump. So that made almost a 150-point turn there. And the Dow up 281 as we get closer into the close here. And we'll see where we're at here in just a moment. And S&P is going to make a new world record high, 39.52 now. Alert. My watch telling me I need to get active. I'm active. Are my feet firmly on the floor? 1250. Okay. If there's any buy side, we'll get imbalances. Okay, nothing on GME showing up yet. I wouldn't expect it. You're on 80 million volume on AMC compared to 122. So 9 minutes left. You have 80 million volume. Looks like no buy or sell side. Yeah, no buy or sell side imbalances today on AMC or Gamestop. Usually they hit by now. Yep, done. Might take a nap after this. Always has been hot. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, and one more check. All right, we're going to go to this. We'll go to this. And we'll take a look at this. Turn. Look at that thing run, man. Glad I sold all that stuff. Mm-hmm. 6 minutes to go. AMC currently down 69 cents to 10.25. Cinemark down 30 cents. GameStop down $5.56. Tesla down $27 now to $6.13. Looks like AMC might have a little bit of a battle here going on. 6 minutes left to go. Final check S&P. Tesla, Amazon, Google down, Facebook up, Microsoft up, Nvidia, all the chip makers up. Nvidia, Qualcomm, Texas Instruments, Intel, AMD, ADI, Broadcom. Analog devices up. All your CRMs are up. Information technologies are all up. Fiserv, IBM, Oracle, Nvidia, Adobe. 2.78 on Adobe. That's a really nice day for them. Qualcomm up 3%. Texas Instruments up 4%. Intel up 3.64%. Gamestop 177. All right, let me check. Let me double check these real quick here. 5 minutes left to go. Nothing on AMC. Nothing on GameStop. Yeah. 'Huge upswing here. A lot of market on close orders coming up. Just not for AMC and GameStop. Four minutes left. 3 minutes left. You see the battle. One second candles. No, thank you. I do not want to follow it like that. I'd rather watch the bar vacillate up and down a little bit here. Again, your buyers that you have in, they're not exceeding the sellers at any point over the last hour or so. Really all day. And that's why you got pressure on the stock. GameStop trying to battle back a little bit here. But again, it got up to 218 earlier. Has not been able to break that 200 in hours. Really all day. It's been about this 180 mark, I guess. So a huge upswing here. So AMC heading down again. Volume wise, you got AMC 82 million out of 122. GameStop, you definitely got more volume in them today. 36 million based on an average of 24. So that's why you got this upswing here. So we'll watch this one for a minute here, because that's about all we have left in the market. About a minute and a half. Here we go. $10.22 or $10.23 on AMC. GameStop trying to hold this 180 level for all those options. Are you kidding me? And markets are closed. All right, 181 on GameStop. Nice job. Nice job, GameStop. And AMC held above 10, 10.24. It was still down 6% on the day. GameStop only down 1.5% on the day. Look at the sells on the close. Trying to slam that thing down, huh? All right, that was a good day. All right, folks, that is going to do it for today. Have a great weekend. AMC again closed at 10.24. The Nasdaq ended up being up. Nasdaq up 161. Huge upside at the end there. S&P up 65. New record close for the S&P 500, and the Dow up to 33,072. So looking at those, 33,072 still not quite, still a couple hundred points away from its 52-week high. You have 13,138, still a couple hundred, 300. Call it 300 points or so. 14,175 is the all-time high in the Nasdaq, but the S&P coming out with the big win for the week, up 39. 39.78 was the high, but that was reached earlier today here, right before the close. So definitely a good day. I hope you all had a great week. We will be back on Monday morning. Ethereum continuing its rise up to 1667 now. Bitcoin 53,866, up $2,200 over the last 24 hours. So definitely a good day. Hey, I hope you had a great week. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm Crypto Sonar, and we will see you next week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye now.